Oh, just listen to that. Nothing. I mean, you can hear the water going, and it's not even fast water. It's amazing. Question is there access over here under this train track? To be completely honest, I don't totally know where I am. It's funny, some of you guys probably recognize this spot, and I don't even know where I am. Kind of a good looking spot. Yeah, you know what? I do see some access. All right, I'm gonna grab my stuff. Welcome back to another Oregon reel fishing video. I am adventure fishing today for steelhead or trout, whatever bites. I'm going to a spot a buddy of mine told me about, actually. Small creek for steelhead, and he said he catches trout there also. But this is actually a slightly bigger river on my way there. That river, the small creek, feeds into this river. And I'm on this little gravel road getting to the spot. I just noticed this pull off and I was like, well, maybe I should give it a try. Okay, I got the whole 2-rod setup going. I actually have a float set up on both right now. Might change that a little later on. But there's two different things I wanted to float. Floating a worm, and this time I'm going weightless. Because I've heard that the presentation's a lot better when you go weightless. And on the other one, I've got a little nightmare jig from Addicted. And I'm trailing a soft bead. I actually learned how to peg a soft bead. First time ever doing that. So, again, just trying to learn all the good methods. Try a little bit of everything. This is nice. I think my main goal today, though, is just to see a fish. Never seen a steelhead, so I just want to see a fish today. I picked up some bloody tuna scent. I got the gel. They had gel and oil. I wasn't sure which one to get. Figured it's probably gel, but you guys will have to let me know. I'm just going to squirt some of this on my jig here. Give it a little bit of scent and throw it on in. No idea what the depth is like here. Alright, I gotta get down closer so I can actually cast out a little ways. I was just trying right here before I spooked everything. I do see a couple hooks laying around, so I'm not the only one to fish here. Which, for me, is actually a good sign. It means there probably are fish here. It's been a few days since that flood. Rivers are not blown out right now, but they are high. You hear that? That is the first vehicle that has gone by since about 15 minutes ago when I pulled up. Now ask me why I like this spot. It's not just that there's no one else fishing here, it's that there's no one else here, period. Alright, I think I need to change my depth a little bit. I don't think this jig is getting far enough down there. Don't want to get snagged, but I want it to actually get down to where the fish are at. Oh, that's the spot, man. And I am going to be steelhead fishing the LC on Saturday, which is going to be a jungle, but it's going to be my first time fishing up by the hatchery and all that, where everyone seems to do really well. For the most part, I've avoided crowds. I've fished smaller creeks and rivers that don't have hatchery runs, so there's no one really fishing them. It's just wild fish, which is good for fishing. Like, I don't like to fish in big crowds, so it's good, but at the same time, it's probably the reason why I haven't caught a steelhead yet. Like, since I've been steelhead fishing, haven't seen a fish roll, haven't seen a fish jump, you know, and it's probably because I'm fishing these smaller creeks and rivers, but it would be nice, would be encouraging. I guess there's probably a reason no one else is fishing here right now, you know. Mistakes were made. I have regrets. Well, let me just say I suck. Alright, what I'm gonna do, just clip this inline weight off, but leave the leader and the jig and the bead trailer on, so I can just take this later and tie it back on. Set that there. Take the beads and bobber off. Come on, we've all had bird's nests like this, right? I'm not the only one. I didn't actually lose much line at all. That really wasn't bad. After re-rigging, I decided it would be best if I just hit the next spot, so I could have a lot of time to focus on that one individual creek. Okay, that's mud. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the creek I'm fishing. It's only a couple miles from the river, which is only a couple miles from tidewater. It's not like a small creek right here, it's fairly big. I think I'm gonna tie on a spinner, Blue Fox spinner, just because this reminds me of my coho spot. Very similar looking water, and the spinner always slays over there. So I think once I get down to the water, I'll go ahead and tie on a spinner. Try this spot, and then I'm gonna try a few other spots upriver a little bit. If I'm not seeing any fish after hour or two. And I got the trout rod because apparently there's decent trout fishing in here, so perfect little access point. There's pretty good access, actually. Really just want to see a fish today. That's all I want. Even if I don't catch one, it would just be encouraging. Trip number 5, to see a fish. I mean, Connor caught a fish, but I wasn't there for it. So I still haven't even seen a steelhead this winter. I'm really thinking the fish are going to be further up. This is my last cast. Heading to the next spot. After what feels like a year of driving on that stupid muddy gravel road, it's full of potholes by the way, finally made it to what appears to be a pretty good looking spot. If there's steelhead up here, which I don't really know if there are or not, but the spot does look good. I'm gonna give it a shot. Another thing, it's actually really warm today compared to how it's been lately. You know, a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, I was fishing in the snow, so pretty big difference. You know, this is a nice little access point. Plenty of room. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, I couldn't find access like for a long time. A long ways on this river. There was just no access at all. And then finally, I get this and it looks amazing. This just looks like it was made for me to get snagged up right in here. Low overhanging branches, perfect for me. What? What? Bobber down and it was a fish? What? Oh my gosh, first fish. First fish of the year. Oh man, it's a beautiful cutthroat. All right, so I saw you guys comment telling me don't handle fish with wool gloves. Well, these have rubber. I'm just gonna wet it a little bit before I grab them. Dude, that is so cool. That hook out of you, buddy. All right, wet this hand too. Oh yeah, beautiful fish. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at the spots on that guy. There he goes. Swims off healthy. That was so cool, man. Unexpected, but cool. When that bobber first went down, I was like, oh, it's another snag. I've been snagging all day. I haven't even really been showing it on camera, but I get snagged with this setup a lot. I lift it up, it's a freaking fish. The downside, this whole setup is tangled up now. After about 4 hours of fishing this small creek, it was nothing but small trout. It was pretty obvious that there weren't any steelhead in that area, so I decided to head back to town and see if I could get a quick trip to the LC. And heard a lot of people have been catching fish out there, and I wanted to check it out, see for myself. My goal of the day was just to see a fish, so I was gonna see if I could get that done. Oh man, sitting in traffic on the highway, I don't know what's going on. We're actually finally about to be moving. I think it's down to one lane, so they let all the cars from the other side go, and now they're gonna let us go finally. But it is, I don't know if you can see that. Lighting's pretty bad, but it's almost 1:30. I'm getting hungry, I gotta stop and get some food. Getting re-energized, you know. Yeah, honestly, I don't really know what the plan is for right now. Depending on where I go, it could take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour to get to a spot. So, is it worth it for 2 hours of fishing? I would say yes. It's always worth it for 2 hours fishing. Alright, anyways, I'm gonna get to a spot. Hopefully we can at least find some new spots, do a little exploring. It's been a good day so far, you know. I've had a good time, and I caught my first fish of 2022, so I ain't complaining. We'll try to finish it off good. Okay. Well, the grub was good, but the fishing is about to be even better. Hopefully. That's what I have to tell myself anyways. Stay optimistic. This is a little pull-off along the LC. Water's a little high still. Definitely fishable though. Very fishable. In fact, I've heard that people were slaying yesterday, so hopefully it's perfect. This is all I need. Just got in the parking lot. There's this dude holding a massive steelhead, bro. How's the bite down here?
It's been real slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one and the one other one was caught. A couple of hits, and that's been it. I think these guys might have got one here and then some other little ones.
Right. I've actually never caught one. I'm just getting into it this year,
are you?
so hoping to get my first today.
Yeah, you got to keep trying.
Right.
What have you been bobber fishing, huh?
Yeah, I've been throwing jigs and spinners, a little bit of everything.
Gets a little bit clearer. Bobber and jig would probably be good.
Yeah. All right. I fished for about an hour before it got dark. I'm not sure if you guys could hear what that local guy was saying, but he basically was saying that they were catching all their fish plunking, which I don't have a rod set up for plunking, and I don't have anything I need for that. So I just tried flow fishing, spinner fishing, throwing a little bit of everything, and the water was just a little too high for that. But he did say once the water clears up a little bit in a few days, that bobber and jig is going to be good. So the plan is to go back on Saturday with a couple buddies and see if we can get it done, see if we can catch our first steelhead of the year. So stay tuned for that video. We'll be out shortly. As far as this video goes, I did see my first ever steelhead, which is one of my biggest goals of that trip. And I also managed to catch my first fish of the year. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next video coming out next week, and I will see you on the next one.